What's good, y'all? It's the Maker Manager here, checking in for another entry into my Trying to Grow series, man. So for today, I decided I wanted to record my abs, traps, and calf workout. So pretty much, this is a workout that I feel like a lot of people probably should do. Maybe not specific exercises or how I do it, but you need to train these muscles. I feel like they're underdeveloped on a lot of people. A lot of people don't give them the attention that they need and rely on compound movements just to hit them for them. So, and me personally, from working these muscles individually, I've seen their growth and their strength boost tremendously. My abdominals have gotten very thick, and my upper abs are actually pretty strong. That's why I can do the whole stack on the cable crunches right there. So I actually have like veins in my upper abs and they actually feel like really strong. I have a really strong core because I train my abs really hard with resistance, and I also do some body weight stuff too. But anyway, these are cable crunches right here. So this is the proper form for these. People need to learn how to contract their abs and how to lengthen their abs. It's kind of it's like that rounding effect. That's what's lengthening my abs at the top, and at the bottom I'm contracting my abs. I like to think of it as kind of like pulling my elbows to my knees, and also you're keeping the rest of your body still. A lot of people do this and they'll just move their body up and they'll just move their torso up and down and won't actually be using their abdominals. They need to learn how to pull with their abdominals. You need to learn that if you really, really, really want to develop these muscles, in an optimal manner, And that's the reason that people don't feel it in their abs, because they don't know how to contract with their abs. So the second move that I did, so I like to do two different moves on this specific ab traps and calves day. The first one is upper abdomen. So that was the cable crunches. So now I'm doing some hanging knee raises, and I just learned how to use this little belt. So I've been using it for some hanging knee raises lately. So also let me go over the technique that I'm doing for in the rep scheme and stuff. So rest pauses and drop sets. So I do a total. So today I did a total of 8 sets. I was just trying to switch it up from the normal stuff that I did. So I did a total of 8 sets for these two. And what I did was started with a weight I can get 8 to 10 times. Try to get as many as I could, and pretty much I usually end up between 8 and 10. And then I do a rest pause, which is when you wait for 15 seconds, and then I went again for max reps, and then drop the weight. Okay, so here you're seeing me do 45-pound plate, rest pause, then did it again. Then I dropped to a 20-pound dumbbell, did a rest pause, did it again, and then I dropped down to, I believe it was like a 10-pound dumbbell, because I didn't want to really, I wanted to do body weight for the last one. Okay, so you need to learn when you're doing these hanging knee raises, make sure you bring your knees above 90 degrees. I turn around for the last one so you can kind of see. You need to get that spinal flexion if you want to be hitting your lower abs, or else you're just hitting your hip flexed. All right, so the next exercise, people are against these because it quote unquote thickens your waist. I don't really believe that. I believe if you train a muscle, it's gonna hypertrophy, especially if you train it with weight. So I believe side bends aren't that bad, and I don't go low rep. I mean, it's heavy weight. That's a 90-pound dumbbell, but I'm dead. I think 13 or 14 reps with it. So with these, I pretty much just like to just burn it out. So I just switch from side to side and just burn it out a few times. Nothing too crazy. Didn't want to do any crazy intensity techniques for this one. I also do cable wood choppers on my other day where I train abs, traps, and calves. All right, so I've actually seen development in my obliques, and they're a little bit more visible at higher body fats. So something that I'm doing is working. So I have no issue with that. My waist isn't getting wider. So so long as this works out, I'm gonna keep going on doing it. So the last thing that I like to do for my abs as well is a nice little burnout for my upper and lower abs. So I do a Tabata. So right here I'm doing ball crunches, which is actually my favorite form of the crunch because you get a full stretch. This can actually teach you how to lengthen your abs. So you see what I'm doing when my back is all the way on the ball. It's kind of like like the top part of a circle. Pretty much that's when your abs are lengthened. That mimics exactly what it looks like at the top of my cable crunches. Okay, so I went from that over into some ball knee-ins, I'm gonna call them. So I like to come in, squeeze it, and then go back. No rushing. Make sure I feel it every single time. And these burn, man. They burn a lot. So Tabatas, if you're not familiar with them, it's pretty much 4 minutes. It's 8 sets of an exercise. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So that's what I was doing for these. And this is really just to, add, a little bit more burn, a little bit more stimulus for my abdominal muscles, build up the endurance, build up a little bit more strength, and try to, piece by piece chisel together my core the way I want to, man. So I really believe in hitting abdominals really hard because they're very important for many different, lifts. For example, front squats. The reason that I can front squat probably about 300 pounds now is because my core is strong. Because I remember when I first started front squatting, my abs would burn so much and actually they would give out and I would have to stop the set back, when I was first getting into front squatting for real. But now, I've done a lot of ab training with resistance. So my abs have gotten a lot stronger along with doing front squats. So I have that core strength necessary to keep going up in weight. And actually soon, probably in the next couple weeks or so, I'm probably going to test out my 1 rep max. I'm going to try to get 315. I'm going to do it for the camera. Just try to get it up just once. I'm pretty confident I can do it. I'm just preparing for something right now, which I'm going to talk to you guys about in the next video I'll put up. But I'm going to probably do that soon, depending on if I'm feeling strong. Lately I've been feeling strong, so just trying to keep my progress going, man. So right here, just see me doing some Smith shrugs. I believe I was doing, let me see, I think I was doing Tabatas right here. I believe that's what I was doing. I was just switching back and forth between the two. So I have a heavy trap day and a lighter weight trap day. This is one of the lighter weight days, so I just did Smith machine behind the back and also regular barbell shrugs, just to switch it up a little bit, hit the different muscle fibers, hit all the parts of my traps. I really like the behind the back shrugs. They're pretty difficult, and when I do shrugs, I like to go up, squeeze it, and go back down. None of this shit where you're jumping the weight up and down and shit. You're not gonna get the best contraction from that, and you're not gonna make that mind muscle connection with your traps, and they're not gonna grow. I've noticed that since I've been hitting the traps with heavyweight and lighter weight, they have blown up a lot. So I definitely recommend it. If you haven't tried Tabatas with that, try it out, man. So right here, and I was just showing you guys the dumbbell in case anybody thinks motherfucker lying. 95-pound dumbbells, doing seated dumbbell shrugs, and right here I believe I'm doing what's called 4-minute muscle, which I've explained before, but I'll explain it again real quick for people that might not know. You can use this for any exercise or any body part. So pretty much what you do is choose a weight that's going to limit you between 15 and 19 reps. For me right here, I've been progressing on this for a little bit, so I'm at 95 pounds. And what you're going to do is you're going to set a timer for 4 minutes on your phone, hit go, start doing reps. You should hit failure between 15 and 19 reps, and then you take a 20-second break. And then after that, you pick it back up and you go to failure again. But make sure you're keeping count of the reps, because your goal is to get a minimum of 40 and if you in a maximum of 60. If you hit 60, the next time you do this, you need to go up in weight. So usually the telltale sign of being able to hit 60, I've noticed, is when I can get 20 to 23 reps on the first set. That's when I know that weight's becoming light. So right here, I'm moving into my calf training, and as you can see, for some odd reason, I have very, very lean and developed calves, and I guess it's just because I've always loved calf training, I would say, since I started training them a while back, and since I've learned how to hit them with intensity. It's high reps, heavyweight, high reps. I actually got that from Microsheet. I like to say that, so I like to use a good amount of weight and hit a good amount of reps. So right here, I believe I'm doing, I did 4-minute muscle. I actually hit 60, I think on all my exercises today, so I was actually happy about that, on all the exercises I did this for. So this is 180 pounds. You see there's 4 plates on there. So I'm just going up, squeezing it, come back down. It's a little sped up, so the range of motion looks kind of weird, but definitely getting the calf pump, definitely getting the calf burn. And for you people that may have similar issues like I have, I've pretty much destroyed both of my ankles before in the past because of fucking basketball. So don't worry if you can't go all the way down on certain calf exercises. Just go down and get the best stretch that you can. Because I actually have one ankle that limits me a little bit. So I just take both my feet down as far as I can. Something like this, like the donkey calf raise. I can actually do a lot better on the whole stretching thing. But as you can see, whole stack. I actually maxed out on like all the calf machines, so that's why I have to do these like intensity techniques and stuff, because I can do a lot of reps, with all the weight on there. So in order to keep seeing consistent gains and stuff, I've had to turn to different techniques. So I usually switch between 4-minute muscle, Tabatas, and those little drop set rest pauses things that I do. So I usually switch between those for my calf training. I believe, man, the more reps that you can do, the better. But you want to make sure that you're doing high weight. You probably won't see me doing a weight unless I'm, on that workout when I actually hit, that goal of 60. You're probably not gonna see me hitting more than like 15, to 20 reps on something like this. And I make sure that I use maximum weight for whatever rep range I'm in. That is how I get my growth, man. So hope you liked the video, man. Try to work that out. If you got any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Micromanager out.